If you don't know me, my name is Mike Carlucci, and I help entrepreneurs, realtors, and content creators like yourself not be a sheep in a herd on social media, but rather that eagle that is flying over the herd that has differentiated itself from the crowd. And today, we're going to talk about something really interesting, guys. We're going to talk about how to model CNN and Fox News in order to smash it on social media in 2023. So if that sounds interesting to you, then keep watching. But before we get started, if you want to make headlines that almost literally hypnotize your audience and suck them through the screen like a black hole into your message, watch the free training on how to do so at headlines.luccimedia.com. That's headlines.LOOCHI at media.com. Doesn't it feel like a bit frustrating sometimes to you that there may be like 1,000 other people that are doing the exact same thing as you out there, posting the exact same content, saying the exact same things, and speaking to the exact same market? Well, I'm here to tell you that there's tons of ways that we can put ourselves into a category of one, meaning we can't be compared to anybody because we are so different. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of them that most people fail to realize, and they fail to realize it. So that's an opportunity for you to strike, right? And it can put you ahead of the game. Not differentiating yourself could feel like, overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I've been there before. Anyways, let's just jump right into this. What is the thing that CNN and Fox News do so well that makes them billions of dollars while pulling in millions of cult-like viewers? There's many things going on in the world that are not covered on the news. And I don't believe it's necessarily because they're wanting to hide things or some kind of conspiracy theory. It might be. I don't know. It might be. But rather, I think it's because they know that in order to drive their billions of dollars in revenue, they need to meet people where they are at. And what I mean by that is if they were on there constantly talking about some type of boring thing that's happening in the world, yet that boring thing is actually very important, since people would not understand it because it's too complex, they would tune out and not put much importance on it. Does that make sense? So it's easy for them to portray that sharks, for example, are dangerous and they kill people. But what they don't tell you is that you're more likely to die from a vending machine crushing you. But since sharks are easy to understand, they're big and scary, people will pay attention. Therefore, that drives revenue for these news networks, right? And so what we can take as content creators out of this is to be an anti-expert, even if we are an expert at what we do. And the problem with most experts is they are too complex. They're hard to understand. Therefore, people don't tune into their stuff that much because even though it could be extremely important stuff and very impactful, people don't care. People don't see how those things can help them in their lives. Therefore, they don't give a damn. Right? To combat this, what we can do is find ways to say these difficult to understand things in ways that still have the same impact, but meet the audience at the language level that they are at. Does that make sense? And telling them how they can use it in their life in an actionable way that is immediate and how it can affect them negatively if they don't use it. So that is how Fox and CNN are so addicting to a lot of people. That's how they make their billions of dollars. And by the way, if you like what you're hearing so far, okay, one of the other things that is perhaps even more important than everything I'm talking about right now is the headlines. The headlines conveyed before someone is told the information. Like if you want to create headlines that suck your viewer in like a black hole and almost literally hypnotize them, go to headlines.luccimedia.com and watch the free training where you'll find 10 headlines that have generated me 1.6 million viewers with just one post each. I'm not even kidding. Now, let me tell you a little bit of a story to make this even more clear in your mind for you. I put off learning about neuro-linguistic programming for over a year just because of the name. And if you're watching this right now and you feel yourself getting bored because you have no idea what the hell neuro-linguistic programming is and it sounds super boring, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I felt the same way. However, there was someone on the internet that I came across that was doing something that no one else was doing with neuro-linguistic programming, and that was they met me at my level. Therefore, they became my guru when it comes to neuro-linguistic programming. And that ironically led me to wanting to understand the more complicated aspects of NLP. So the main thing is to take something complex that you talk about in your market and break it down into a language that is still just as impactful, but meets the viewer you are trying to reach at their own level. Does that make sense? And one thing that's also really helpful is your own passion that you come across when you're talking about these topics, right? Your body language and your tone of voice will imply that what you are talking about is important, even if the viewer has never heard about what you were talking about before, right? Okay. And if you're serious about smashing it on social media in 2023 and beyond, you may be interested in the headlines I used to hypnotize almost 100 million people into watching my videos. If you want to know those exact headlines, watch the training at headlines.luchimedia.com. That's headlines.loochi media.com. Have a good one, guys.